Hello friends, it's Jam here, welcome back to another YGOPro video. This time we'll be looking up SPYRAL's deck, TCG exclusive deck that got some good support in the Raging Tempest set, the one that comes with this stupid Zodiac cards. This one's one of the support is called SPYRAL Tough. It's similar to Agent, it becomes Agent on the field and graveyard. Its effect though is once per turn, pop a card on the field if you correctly guess the right card on top of your opponent's deck, similar to Agent. However, this is a not hard once per turn, unlike Agent, which you can only use once per turn from your hand. However, Tough can't be special summoned with its own effects. It has to be normal summon to hit the field, or special summon with the SPYRAL spell card and stuff. It also got two new trap cards. I think one of them is really good. It's basically Wind Blast, and another card. The trap card is similar to a mind control on your opponent's side, on your opponent's turn or your turn, because it's a trap card, continuous trap card. And also we've got another monster. It's called SPYGAL, not a Spiral, so unfortunately we're not going to be liking that one. It's similar to Kirin, but it works only with your SPYRAL agent. You compose your SPYRAL agent and your opponent's monster during either player's turn, and if you get the top card of your opponent's deck correctly, you get to draw a card. So those are the 4 new support cards, and this is SPYRAL's. I'm only using 2 of the new ones. I'm using the trap card, that Wind Blast stuff, and the SPYRAL Tough. However, I'm using another new TCG exclusive, which is instant fusion target, Sea Monster of Theseus, because SPYRAL, I think the Synchro variant, is one of the best fields for this deck, and works very well with this, with the machine duplication combo of Quick Fix. You don't even need to do the combo because the main idea is to go into Coral Dragon, as you can make a level 6 play, since this card is a level 5 tuner, and then you can synchro climb into an Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is, if you haven't already seen some of the combos with SPYRALs, it's insane if you have the SPYRAL Assault already on the field, which probably such the SPYRAL. However, I don't think the deck works very well without any good rank 1 monsters. Rank 1 monsters is very important in this deck because you need to detach one and use the Quick Fix effect in the graveyards and keep on plussing, because that thing is not once per turn. So we're going to take in some the OCG exclusive. So I'm saying this build is basically in the imaginary zone of the game, because there's OCG cards, TCG cards mixed together using a TCG ban list, so it's not very the consistency of the cards being used is not very consistent. So but we're trying out this Lyrical Lucinia, the rank 1 generic one, where you detach one, search your deck for a winged beast, and I'm taking in one DD Crow. Now the main reason why I like using that is because it's a guaranteed +1, which means you can detach a Quick Fix, and then you can use the Quick Fix effect by pitching the DD Crow on the card in hand if you want to keep the DD Crow, because sometimes it's really good in some matchups. And I'm also still keeping in the SPYRAL Master Plan and one SPYRAL Mission. I'm not using the trap card SPYRAL Mission because I prefer this one, the spell one, because it's got an effect in the graveyard to let you special summon a SPYRAL from hand. If you banish it, I think you will know that, and then you can special summon SPYRAL Tough from your hand basically. So Tough becomes an agent if you do that. So that was the game against PK. If you weren't paying attention, because I was talking quite a lot. Combos, this is one of the combos, or this is one of the most craziest hand you can probably open, which is Instant Fuse and Machine Dupe with the Quick Fix. It's not as insane if you have the field spell, but this is the idea of the squid thing, the zombie squid. Synchro into Coral Dragon, get a draw. Unfortunately there we got a draw of the field spells to get a card, and then Ancient Fairy Dragon can special summon a level 1. And now you know the top card you found in this deck, so you can get Agent, and then get this Lyrical Lucinia thing to search the Crow, and then search more cards. I think I'm just going to go for the SPYRAL Master Plan play here, and then keep on plussing with the Quick Fix. And also using another Princess Sprite. If you already know the old builds, they are spamming Princess Sprite, which means it's still an imaginary land this deck. Hopefully we get these 2 cards. Either of these 2 will do, to be honest. You can probably play 2 Recite Starling and no Princess Sprite if you don't have Princess Sprite, for example, because you can maybe run 2 DD Crows, so maybe another level 1 Winged Beast. This card's cool actually, because you can attack into your opponent's monster, and then they take the battle damage for it, similar to Lugusto's freeze, but you have to take the battle damage first, similar to like Ring of Destruction. Now DD Crow is very good tech because you can banish your opponent's grave, good against ABCs and a bunch of other decks like Phantom Knights in this case. And Synchro builds of course work very well with this field spell because you can recycle the monsters such as these zombie dudes, which I did, we just recycled them. So once another one against the same deck as earlier. Try one against Eidolons. Well, once again, this is a really good hand because we play 3 of these, 3 instant fusion, maximum them. So there's very, very high chance of us opening that combo. So we're just going to guess here, and we guessed it correctly. Very fortunate that we guessed that, so we can bring back the A quick fix, so we don't have to waste the spell card to bring it back. An Ancient Fairy Dragon, recycle the field spell, get another one, because it's not a hard once per turn. Which is why Ancient Fairy Dragon works very well. And you can spec one from hand if you're going first as well. Foolish Burial, very, very strong card in this deck because you can dump Gloat Bulb. So you can either make Natural Beast there or a Crystal Wing. In this case, we made a Crystal Wing. Because we want to keep Agent on the board because we have the trap card. So we got this trap card, a DD Crow, Drew a Strike, and a Clear Wing, Crystal Wing, which they did Book of Moon. They are Eidolons, I believe, yep. Fortunately, we got the Strike to stop the fusion spell. And we do have the Cable. This is the Cable. The Wind Blast. If you control an agent, you can send a card your opponent controls face-up card to the top of the deck. Now, the good thing about that is it goes to the top of the deck, so you know the card on the top of your opponent's deck, so it works very well with like Spiral Super Agent and or Spiral Tough. Because you can just guess it again next turn. There you go, it's very, very good to OTK turn 2 if you set up the board. And I just crashed my Lyrical Lustinia into the Trasher there, so they took 2-1. I took 2-1 as well though. Leaving them with no options really. There you go, Master Plan set up. For Master Plan, you don't really have to play Master Plan, I just like playing one. And one of the Mission. It's a bit of a win more combo in my opinion, but you can play that if you want. You don't really have to. Okay, so once again we opened, I think this is the most hammest hand you can open. Instant Fusion, Field Spell, Machine Dupe, and Quick Fix even. You don't even have to open Quick Fix, you can just open the Field Spell to search Quick Fix. So, I'm going to do the combo there with the Zombie Tuner. And then get this guy, and then we can spec the drone from the hand. Meaning that we can stack the opponent's deck. And we know it's a monster, so we're going to spec. This is against DDDs, I think. So since we've already got DD Crow, we're going to go for the Princess Sprite play instead. I only play 1 DD Crow for this build, but you can maybe play 2. So we summoned Dolan instead of the Lyrical Lustinia, and I think that was a plus 8. Start with 5 cards in hand, and we ended up with 13 cards in hand. 13 cards in possession. It's ridiculous. Including big monsters as well as negations and stuff. So against DDs, they're trying to do the combo, and we've got so much negates. Then DD Crow as well, helping out a little bit there, banishing the Swell Slime, I believe. And this is just I like searching 2 of these trap cards because even though it's only a hard once per turn card, you can use it in your opponent's turn, and then the following turn you can use it to just OTK instantly. Now the disappointing thing about the other new Spiral cards is it's not a Spiral, it's a SPYGAL. So I do wish that it was a Spiral, because it makes this deck even better, because you can have a Kieran basically, and you get an extra +1 as well because you get the draw, you got the combos. But unfortunately they may have thought it was a bit too strong, so didn't decide to do that. And this one we open again with Instant Fusion. We don't have the field spell this time though. And we have the Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial, very important in this deck. Instead of sending stuff, you send up Tough to the grave, and then we can summon the Quick Fix from the graveyard. And we got the 2 Cable set up, as well as a DD Crow in hand. Against ABCs, that's very good. So we're just going to stop their equip, the Union play. They're going to go for the Northern, and unfortunately we got a DD Crow to target the card Northern was going to bring back, so that did nothing really. And since we know the top card of the deck, using Cable, it combos very well with Tough because it's activation once per turn. So Tough plus Cable is very, very good. Now we pop the field spell, the Union Hanger. And then we got another Cable here for the next turn. We got it set up, so the Union Hanger doesn't resolve. Very, very easy to set up. This deck does run a lot of spells though, so I can already see some weaknesses here. I think that's about it. So many spells actually, 20 spells, half the deck is spells. Not very optimized yet, I just want to try this out, this build. Maybe you can chuck in some Pot of Desires in there, but not everybody can afford Pot of Desires. So this is meant to be like a budget deck, I guess. Crystal Wing maybe a bit too expensive. And if you don't have these, because obviously you're going to maybe build this in real life, you can drop these as rank 1s and put in an extra Dullahan or something, because you have to summon a rank 1 that detaches on demand. And I think Dullahan's probably the best one. You can target itself, half its own attack, for example. But Lyrical Asenia and the Sylvan Prince Sprite, very, very good cards in this deck. Yeah, you need to play those. Hopefully we get either of them, but we don't get it in Exile, which kind of sucks. This one I believe is in the Dimension box and not in Fusion Enforcers, so hopefully they do this guy as an import, so this deck can operate a lot better. And very happy with this new Zombie Tuner instant fusion target. So much stupid combos already being shown, but by everybody it's just ridiculous. But in Spirals it's very, very good card, solid card, and it nicely fits the theme as well, because this is a TCG exclusive fusion thingy, and then this deck is a TCG exclusive archetype, so it works quite nicely right there. So yeah, what do you think of the build? One of my mates trying out a brilliant fusion build, which is using the Charming Resort staff, because there's a light target for Seraphonite. And also you get your normal summon of a SPYGAL Misty, so you can set up your SPYRAL Tough or SPYRAL Super Agent, so you can have Misty using the Compulse Kieran effect. So not really using the Recapture because it's a trap card. If it was a spell it would be a lot better, because you can just activate it, special summon, quick fix, maybe turn 2 and then take your opponent's monster. And then better yet if it's like a correct level, like a 4 or 1 or even a Synchro or a Tuner, I mean, you can make a Synchro play with that. But here's a trap card, not very good. I think it'll be a better card if we have more ways to summon spirals on your opponent's turn, like maybe taking Call the Haunted and stuff, but not many cards like that are searchable, basically, like a spiral card that searches stuff that can summon on your opponent's turn. Not many of those exist right now. None of them exist right now even. But the Master Plan, you don't have to run Master Plan, and just maybe drop those two if you want, but I do like running Master Plan sometimes because it's pretty cool summoning Master Plan. And if it does get destroy your Searcher deck or even Synchro with it, that's why you can summon a Globe Orb and then Synchro with the Master Plan for level 8. Even though we're not running level 8 here, you can maybe run Omega or something if you want. You can even drop the Charge Warrior for an Omega. I never really make Charge Warrior in this. Nat Beast I made it once in a while because you do have a Globe Orb. But if you don't have Globe Orb, you don't really have access to it. So that's about it. This is the SPYRAL Raging Tempest version. My take on it, and without Brain Fusion though, of course. Hopefully this instant fusion doesn't get hit. Hopefully Nording only gets hit, so you can still play this build. I am expecting a Terratops build. If you're wondering why I'm not playing Terratops Invoker, Invoker is expensive right now. It's very expensive because of Zodiac, so I'm expecting Invoker or either Terratops to get hit, so I wouldn't really rely on a build that abuses those two cards. But you can also play Invoker because you don't have to normal summon to summon a Spiral Agent. Although I prefer Spiral Tough because it's activation once per turn. You can just keep on summoning it back and using it. It's a window on Earth, so you can't use it summoning with the Invoker. However, you can summon 2 of them and then make a Chidori, maybe Lightning Chidori. But I rarely make a second tough actually. I never field 2 toughs on the field. I don't know why. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching guys. See ya.